Hey again YouTube, what's up and welcome to another RecarroJames video. Now, we actually went back in the car. So we went back in the car with the Android 5.1 car stereo. Tested it out and now I'm back with information for you guys on this new product. Now, if you haven't seen the last video, that was an unboxing showing you the accessories that's equipped with this device. So if you haven't seen it, check the description below. But no, follow me. We're gonna head in the car. I'm gonna show you all the features, all the functions that this device has to offer. So we are going in our car. So first things first, guys. With this 5.1 joint device, you can actually reuse accessories from older models. So for the external microphone, the GPS antenna, or any accessory that you installed, those can be reused with this 5.1 device. So if you had a join 4.1 or a join 4.4, you don't have to worry about, oh, I'm gonna have to rip up the cables, or gonna have to replace cables or replace antennas. You can leave those, just install the radio and everything will work perfectly. The only difference is the dual Wi-Fi antenna that this model has. The previous versions had only one. This has two. You can go back to the unboxing video and you'll actually see the rear panel of this device. But that's the only difference. But for the Wi-Fi antenna though, they really perform effectively because I'm way in my backyard now and I can connect to my router inside my house and I'm able to stream, I'm able to download, I'm able to actually do almost anything as if I was next to my Wi-Fi router. So I can say that that's a pretty good improvement on the connectivity part of this device. Alright, so we're gonna start out first with power, and you're gonna see how long it actually takes to start. For me, I think it takes actually 32 to 37 seconds to be fully booted, to be fully up and running. But you can actually start counting. I mean, I thought it would have taken something somewhere between, say, 25 or 28. But 32, 37, I don't know. You can let me know if that's too long, if that's just right, or, let me know your thoughts. But yeah, 32 to 37 seconds. Alright, so you can see here what happens. It actually starts or continues to play the last thing you were listening to. I'm going to show you another thing with the power though. So I'm going to turn it up to... I'm going to turn up the volume to say 30. So the volume was at 30. Just remove the keys from the ignition and then I'm going to power up and you're going to see what happens here. Alright, so we're going to have it starting up back again. It's going to take, say, 32 to 37 seconds. The thing is, if you have the keys in the ignition, out the ignition for less than a minute, then you'll get a faster start. I'm going to also show you that. But you can check this out. Alright, so if you realize the volume was at 30, we took the keys out, restarted, and the volume was back down to 50. So the volume was back down to 15 when we just started started back up the vehicle. And the thing is, if you went out, if you're back in, so you came back in the car with, say, a toddler, or you came back in and you weren't aware that, oh shit, I had the volume up at 30, it was playing loud. What it does is actually reset the volume to a level that, is okay with your listening. So you won't come back in the vehicle and be like, oh shit, this is loud. So that's a pretty good improvement there. And that's one reason why I would go with a head unit as such as this, and not say install an Android tablet in the dash to control my audio, my listening experience in my vehicle. All right, so next thing I'm going to show you is with power. So if I switch off, I'm going to have it here for less than, say, I'm going to have the keys out for less than a minute. And you're going to get a faster start. So you run out your vehicle, grab something, jump back in, faster start. So again, shut it off. I'm going to leave it a little bit longer now. So we're out, grab something really quick. Probably chatting to a few friends for a few minutes, and then we jump back in. Alright, so you don't have that long wait as before. Alright, so I have the car running now, and say I'm listening audio from an external device. And that's the thing, you can also look, there's no CD DVD drive. The only way that you can add audio or video is through an external device. So either USB storage device or micro SD card slot. I'm going to touch on that shortly. Without the vehicle on, you're driving, you're listening to audio, and you now come to a stop. You're going to get out of the vehicle. And that's the keys out, and it actually plays for a short period before it shuts off. So it doesn't just kill the power to the device, right? It actually like feeds the power. So that, I think, allows the device to actually protect itself. So control circuits, power circuits won't get damaged when you switch the vehicle off. So again, it starts up and it continues with what you were last listening to. So while we're doing this, another thing is skipping through the tracks. So as you skip through the tracks, it actually starts playing the files, or starts to play each track quicker. With my Oku device, that device that I had before, there was a delay in moving from track to track. So that's the difference that I see now with using this drawing device, this 5.1 device. You get a faster start. Each track you move to, it starts to play a lot quicker. There's less of a delay. It starts to play a lot quicker. So again, if I switch the vehicle off, take the key out, it plays, and then shuts off. So it actually fades the power to the device, so you won't burn or damage a control or power circuit. Alright, so that's it for the startup. For the performance, what I did was to take it over to Antutu to see how well it performed. So from here, you guys will see how it actually measures up and how it would compare to your favorite Android device or your favorite mobile device. I mean, it's not up to the level of your latest Samsung flagship or even an iPhone 6 or 6S Plus, but when you tap a screen, when you swipe the screen, it does respond very quickly. Now, going back to the local radio station, I've read in a few blog posts and a few forums where they're saying, hey, these Android devices, these Android car radios, they don't perform effectively with your local radio station. However, during my testing, this wasn't the case because, alright, even while I'm driving, I'm on the road, I'm driving around, I'm listening to my local radio stations. And I have to listen to my local radio station. Big up Zip FM, big up Fame FM, and RJR for the latest news. But yeah, while I'm on the road, if there's static, if I'm not getting the reception clearly, all I needed to do was to change the broadcasting frequency, and I would hear crisp and clear, no static, no interruptions. So if you are one of these persons experiencing an issue with an Android device, I would say check your car's antenna first. The only issue though with the radio is that if you are going to multitask, what you need to do is to tap the home button. When you press the back button to go back to the apps, it actually closes the radio app. So what you have to do is use the home button instead. It will bring you back to the main dashboard or the desktop or whatever you want to call this. And you can use other apps. So you can listen to your radio while using, say, Instagram, for instance. Now moving right along to the touch interface, I can say it's very, very, very responsive. If you should tap on an app, if you should swipe the screen, if you should press the screen, it does so very rapidly. The only issue again is the very top edge. Apps and menus do appear close to the edge. So when you're trying to press, when you're trying to tap these apps or these menus or whatever appears close to the top edge, you will find that sometimes you have to be doing it multiple times before it actually responds. And that's due to how close they appear to the edge. So your fingers are not touching the screen comfortably. So that's the only drawback with the interface or with the display itself. Now moving along, we get to the panel keys. And for the panel keys, they're all customizable. So you can actually change the Navi button to do an action like ending a phone call when pressed. You can also configure each button to do a separate action. So what I mean is one button can be configured to do an action when it's pressed rapidly, when it's quickly tapped, and it does a different action when it's pressed for a longer interval. For the panel keys, of course, you can change the colors on these buttons. So you can use your favorite color, or you can change the color to match a color scheme inside your vehicle. Now, fresh out of the box, and depending on how your device is wired, you may find that the keys are not illuminated when the radio is on. Now, to get them lighting up, what you need to do is to go to factory settings, and on the panel LED control, you're going to change to by power, and that will have them lighting up for you. Now, moving on to apps and this device, you can actually install any app from the Google Play Store. Any app can be downloaded and installed on this device. So you can actually be using Instagram right from your dashboard. You can be using Netflix. Netflix works really well. And also YouTube. YouTube is one of my favorite apps to use while I'm in the car. YouTube works perfectly well. If you're into more entertainment for your passengers though, of course there are movie apps such as Kodi that's fully functional. I'm going to show you how to actually set up Kodi on this device later. So stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to this channel for more videos coming up on this Android device. But yes, Kodi works well, and also Showbox. The Showbox app, however, is not available. You know, it's not available from the Play Store, but you can actually download the APK from a secure source and have it installed on this device, and it works perfectly well. No issues, no glitches, it works. So you can be in your vehicle, driving around and entertaining your audience with Showbox. Now those were your video apps. Now onto audio apps. Your favorite audio apps will work. For me, I tested out SoundCloud, I tested out TuneIn Radio, and they work. And unlike local radio stations, they bring you more listening options that you have more control over while you are driving. I also looked for Spotify, however, based on my location, I wasn't able to find it. I did a video, however, on how to get apps such as these that aren't available in your location, and I'll be using this device to show you how to do it once more. So make sure you stay tuned, make sure you subscribe to the RecarroJames YouTube channel. Now, while searching for Spotify, Music Match showed up, and I thought, hey, this would be a cool app to actually install on this device, and I'm going to show you why. So that was Music Match recognizing audio from the TuneIn Radio app, which I think is pretty cool because right from your dashboard, you're actually getting the title, you're getting the lyrics of a song that you probably hear and you're unsure of. So instead of taking out your smartphone to do this straight from your dashboard, you're doing everything. It's playing the audio that you want to hear, you're not sure, so Music Match is actually listening to the speakers for you and recognizing the song. This action also worked for YouTube. So it worked with the YouTube app as well. But for my local radio station, this wasn't the case. But I'm going to be doing some more testing, some more playing around and see how I can actually get it working with my local radio station. But Music Match and the Android 5.1 radio, I think, is pretty cool. Now, on to wallpapers and launchers. A lot of persons have been asking about launchers, different launchers. Can they be installed? Are they able to work with this device? Yes, the Nova launcher that everybody has been asking about, that will work. I'm going to show you a little bit. But for wallpapers, yes, you can download your favorite wallpaper from the internet. You can load from an external device and it will work. For the launcher now, Nova launcher, yes, it works. I've never used it before. However, if this is what you're expecting, if this is what you're looking for with the Nova launcher, then yes, it will work perfectly for you. Okay, Google, open Google Maps. So last up in this review is voice search and voice command. So without any prior setup, this device detected my voice and carried out my request without much of a delay. Search for college humor. The apps I asked for, they launched. The places I searched for or commanded it to search for, it found it. It searched for it with just my voice. A few times, however, I got this Google error. Not sure why it came up. I saw it popping up on my previous 4.4 join device. Not sure why it did, but as soon as I tapped OK, I was able to continue with the search feature. But not sure why, so join, you need to look into this. But voice search works well. You can see for yourself here. Search for Unbox Therapy. Jamaica, Jamaica. So there you have it, guys, a bit of the features, functions, and discoveries of this new Join 5.1 car radio. Hopefully that bit of information was good enough for you to make a good purchasing decision. But you can stick around for new videos, more videos on this product. And as always, stay tuned, make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and thanks for watching, guys.